And welcome to Touchline. I'm your host, Anthony Totera, and we are coming to you from the Kia Center, home of TFC. And today is open house here for all media to attend to talk to players, coaches, and the new president, Kevin Payne. Fans' patience are running out. They want to see a playoff game. What do you want to tell them?
I want to tell them that there's a process in place. We all want to see playoff games, but you don't just wake up one day and make the playoffs. We have to do a whole lot of things between now and the first game, and then between the first game and the second game, and so on, before we can start talking about the playoffs.
5-year plan?
Yeah, it's a multiple-year plan. Right now it's a couple of week plan to try to get us through restocking this roster and beginning the change of the culture. But yeah, we are putting a plan in place. It's not something that I sat down in one day, because there's going to be a lot of people involved in that plan. Earl Cochran's a big part of that. Now Pat Onstad, obviously Ryan and his staff, and me. So we spent a lot of time talking about this. This is an important year. We want to become a much more competitive team. We want to fight for the best possible finish. But we also recognize it's a year that helps set up 2014 and 2015. So we're all highly competitive people. I'm not going to call this a rebuilding year or any of those kind of throwaway terms. We want to win every game we play. But we don't want to do dumb things this year and sacrifice our opportunity to get even better in 2014 and 15.
Coach, the fans' patience is running out. They want a playoff game, and they want to see it now. What are you going to do to bring that here?
Well, of course. I mean, every fan wants their team to win, no matter which club there is. So, we have to change a lot of things. This is, there's no accident that the team only won 5 games last season. It's so it's not just to come in with a magical wand and everything gets fixed. But what I can say to the fans is that when we play at BMO Field and away from home, at the absolute minimum will be extremely competitive, and we will not lay down, and the fans will be proud of this team.
Fans are tired of the excuses. They want a playoff game. What do you want to tell them?
Just be patient. I think it'll come eventually. Hopefully this time, when we're speaking in August, we'll be in a good position. Who knows?
A lot of late game collapses last year. Is it going to take place again this year on BMO Field?
Hopefully not, because our fitness will be a lot better, and we'll have the capacity to go 95, 100 minutes if needs be.
Coach, what brought you here?
Well, the challenge. I think it's been quite a few seasons now where the team probably hasn't had the success the fans and the organisation had hoped for. So I just thought it was just an amazing challenge, a fantastic challenge. I've always had them as a player growing up. I've always had challenges, and I love them. And this is what excited me about it.
Last question is this. Canada struggles so much on the world stage. What can you do to help out as one of the most important franchises in this country?
Well, it should be in Toronto FC's DNA to produce good Canadian players, to help along the Canadian players. That's what we did in the draft. We've brought in a couple of players, and hopefully we can bring in more. I've just seen a few of the academy players who look really, really promising. So for me, I think it's extremely exciting to have an opportunity to not only strengthen Toronto, but to strengthen the national team as well.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck in 2013.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We are joined now by 2 TFC Academy coaches, Anthony Capitosta, Ontario-born, Ontario-raised, Ricky Titus, the same guys. It must be a dream for you guys to see this come to fruition. You're training young Ontario kids. Hopefully one day they'll represent Canada. How has TFC treated you guys as coaches, and what you need as tools to help these kids develop, Anthony?
TFC has given us every resource that we need as coaches to help our kids here in Ontario become professional footballers, if that's their dream. I remember growing up in the system here in Ontario, and training development for us was once a week in a high school gym. So things have come a long way, and like I said, all the resources are in place now to produce players for the next level.
Ricky, you have all the bells and whistles here. You have it all. A kitchen, you can smell the wonderful food. The facility is fantastic. But what comes out of here is so vital and important. Is this what TFC is stressing with Kevin Payne and Ryan Nelson to you guys?
Yes, they are. Well, obviously, they've built this $25 million facility for a reason, and that's to produce players that can represent Canada and represent Toronto FC, and possibly go into Europe and be a part of a European championship team or a top-level team. So, The goal here is basically to be the best coaches that we can be, offer our advice to the kids on the field, off the field, and they have every resource available to them, and hopefully we can facilitate their growth and their eventual progression into professional.
Anthony, conference is coming up at U of T. You've got some good coaches coming in, Tom Goodman, Sasha Sorowski, who I talked to a few days ago, Andrea Neal as well. So you got a good mixture. Talk about that.
Yeah, we're excited to be hosting the second annual conference at the University of Toronto, and to bring in those clinicians that you just talked about is a benefit for our coaches here in Ontario. These are coaches that they otherwise wouldn't be able to see and learn from, so we're excited to have them for sure.
Guys, one last comment from both of you. What I love about TFC is they've given the opportunity to Ontario player Daniil Henry, Ashton Morgan, Matt Stinson. We can go on Quinlan Roberts, and the other two MLS franchises haven't opened that door. This has got to be great for Ontario, for the Canadian kid to do this.
I think that there needs to be an emphasis on developing the Canadian talent that we have. There's such an abundance of talent, particularly at the younger age groups. And it's a responsibility that we have as coaches in this academy to foster that talent and to move those kids on to bigger and better things.
Ricky, the same for you. It's nice to see that TFC is giving the opportunity to young Ontario kids, unlike the other MLS franchises in Canada.
Right. Yes, well, I mean, we've just went through a round of trials, and we noticed that the younger age groups, especially U10, U11, U12, there's an abundance of talent. I mean, we could probably field a pool of about 60 to 80 kids with the talent that we had seen, and it's just to get that talent in here and really try and get those kids prepared for, their eventual rise to professional, or some kids will most likely be in a scholarship program. To get them in a top scholarship program would be fantastic. So. Like I said, those younger age groups are very important, and the ones that we have now are also important as well. But the talent seems to be at those ages: U12, U11, U10. Some very, very good talent. So we're hoping to get a hold of them and really work with them in the near future.
Finally, the future looks bright for TFC and Canada and Ontario. Anthony Capitosta, Rick Titus, congratulations on joining aboard TFC, and good luck in grooming those young players for Canada, guys.